I found this Z near me for 53. I made an offer at 55 back in the middle of July of 2023. They said, nope, it's 74K. And I said, nope, I'm not biting at that. Well, they came down by 2K after about a week. I still said no. Then they texted me in August, a month later, said, well, it's close to 70K now. Isn't that great? I said, hell no, that's terrible. So they texted me again here in September, month later, and said, well, it's down to about 65K. I still said no, but there's a lot more to this story, so let's look into it. Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome to Road Odyssey. Thank you for joining me, and if you like the videos that I provide, please subscribe, and if you're a Rumble, please follow. And if you're on Facebook, you can follow me there on my day-to-day antics. Back around July 10th or so, 2023, found this Nissan Z. Thought it was very intriguing. Went home, looked up the information on this car, found out should be at about 41 grand to start with. But in this particular case, it was the performance, the mid-range trim level, $51,000, regardless as to whether or not you're the manual or the automatic transmission. So they said it was $74,000, made this previous video. That's the thumbnail. And yep, almost 75K on this listing. Be aware, this is being sold as a used car. It was bought at a dealership auction, and they claimed that they bought it for $74,000, which I find highly improbable. If they did, they're weird. So here's the Monroney label showing that it's $53,000 MSRP. So for me to tell them, hey, I'm going to give you and offer you $55K for this car, they said that they would listen to any reasonable offer. I felt like over the MSRP for a used car, that's fair. They came back and said, nah. But come a couple of weeks later, they did contact me and said, hey, we took it down by $2,000. So I went up there. We did all kinds of paperwork, which is what I'm showing you now, and how they took off a few grand from this, which, oh, wow, that makes it over $18,000 over MSRP. Like, hey, that's a great deal. And while this is a really cool car, I really like the engine, and really when you're there with the car, it's a pretty cool looking car. I especially love the interior of this car. All the gauges, the console, everything is just wonderful about this car. They contacted me August 7th, $69,800. That is still not a very good price for a dealership auctioned car. I don't know what's wrong with this car. I have no idea. So I just said no. I appreciate it. Then come just recently, this was getting towards the middle, at least, maybe the end of September here. And they said, well, it's come down to $64,800. I immediately went out and found it on Car Gurus for $64,800. Thought that was cool. But remember, this is a $53,000 car, and it's being sold as used. Now, there's also this Black Sport Z, which is the lowest trim level, and it is good looking. It's manual. I like this a lot, and I considered it as well, even though I prefer automatics because I do my videotaping and I want my wife to be able to drive with ease. So these go for about $41,000. And it was out originally. This again was the middle of summer. It was for sale at almost $60,000. So we're talking about a $20,000 markup again for this car. That is just so unreasonable. So here again, just kind of towards the end of September, they messaged me again, said, well, The Sport is now down to 46,800. So 46,800, 47. That's about $6,000 or $7,000 over MSRP. And in this message too, hey, this is the lowest priced Sport in the nation right now. Oh God, when dealerships say this crap, I have to look it up. So went to Car Gurus, just did a regular search, and looky here, there are Nissan Zs for less than 46,800. And I just scrolled down. The blue one listed on your top right-hand corner is a manual. It's the third, or really the fourth one listed in Car Gurus. This was, I looked October 12th or so. And so looking at this, 44,170. So this is a manual. And mileage, oh, looky there, pretty dang low. So no, that's a complete lie. It's not the only one out in the world. So the theme of this video is still, no matter how much dealerships pester you and tell you how great and rosy things are, you gotta avoid these dealership markups to your best ability. So Kelley Blue Book tells you all about this kind of stuff. So go out there and look at their website. And remember, these Nissan Zs do fit the category of, hey, inventories remain low. It's kind of a hard to find car, but not terribly. So it's still very irrational to have such a huge markup. It's not that hard to find. I can show that easily. And some vehicles command well over MSRP. Well, this doesn't. I'm just sorry, it doesn't. That's my opinion. So my note here is the two Nissan Zs were bought through dealership auctions. This is a reminder, like I said before. So they can be claimed as used cars. That means the dealership can add these huge markup prices without any blowback from anyone, theoretically. They can do what they want. So this means that the MSRP will not be available for you to view. You have to ask to see the Monroney label and to know what the MSRP for a car was. So just be aware of this when you're out shopping around and you see a high price for something that shouldn't have a high price. Now, in defense of this dealership near me, Cox Automotive, new vehicle transaction prices declined further in September, led by price cuts at Tesla. So, okay, maybe this isn't a defense. Car prices are coming down. Well, obviously this dealership is cutting their ridiculous markup. But they should really just bite the bullet and sell the car for a obvious, rational, decent price. Furthermore, in the same article from October 11th, Americans paid less by 3.4% on cars, period, across the board. A really good YouTube channel and support website is Car Edge. And they had this article. They showed the graph as to how used cars are selling for less. You see the red line on the graph and all the black squiggly is below the red line. Used car prices are now less than what they have been. And they say used car prices are dropping again. It's been 30 consecutive weeks of used car prices dropping. There will be some cars that get more expensive. New cars such as the 2024 Corvette, it's gone up by over $2,000. You might also be seeing a spike in your car insurance as well. That's going up. Well, we're in really crappy economic times right now. I hope your insurance isn't any worse, but it is very possible. So the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index confirms that even as inflation theoretically eased, I don't feel like it's eased in 2023, but they say it has. Auto insurance cost rose more than 17%. So mine's gone up a little bit for my cars, but it's not terrible. Hope yours is okay. So anyway, we're in a messed up world still, and the prices on these Nissan Zs are still definitely messed up, but they are coming back down to a rational price. So I hope when you're out there shopping to not get in a great big hurry or frustrated. Just take it easy and see what you can do. And just make the best offer you can on anything that you really, really, really want. So with that, relax, take it easy. Hope you enjoyed the video. And please like and subscribe or follow. And remember, I'm on Facebook. So y'all just have a fantastic day and goodbye.